We live in a world saturated with technology. Our phones track our movements, our smart speakers listen to our conversations, social media algorithms predict our desires. This constant surveillance can feel like an invisible eye is always watching, eroding our sense of privacy and autonomy. It's time to ask ourselves, how much of our lives are we willing to surrender to the digital realm? And at what cost? The line between convenience and intrusion has become increasingly blurred. We embrace the ease of online shopping, but our browsing habits are tracked and sold. We connect with friends on social media, unaware that our personal information is being used to manipulate our emotions and influence our decisions. This constant data collection raises serious concerns about the erosion of our privacy and the potential for abuse. The pervasiveness of technology makes it difficult to escape its reach. Even if we choose to disconnect, our data footprints remain vulnerable to exploitation by those who seek to profit from our personal information. This raises fundamental questions about consent, control, and the very nature of privacy in the digital age. This isn't just about targeted advertising or annoying notifications. This is about the fundamental right to privacy, a right enshrined in the United States Constitution. And increasingly, it feels like that right is under attack. Technology, for all its benefits, has also become a tool for human rights violations. Facial recognition software, used by law enforcement agencies, raises concerns about racial bias and mass surveillance. Predictive policing algorithms, while intended to prevent crime, often perpetuate existing inequalities by disproportionately targeting marginalized communities. The ability to track our every move, listen to our conversations, and monitor our online activity creates unprecedented opportunities for surveillance and control. Governments can use this technology to silence dissent and suppress political opposition. Corporations can exploit our data to manipulate our behavior and maximize their profits. The digital world has also become a breeding ground for harassment, hate speech, and online abuse. Social media platforms, while intended to connect people, often amplify these harmful behaviors, leading to real-world consequences for victims. The erosion of privacy is not just a theoretical concern. It has real-world implications for our freedom, our autonomy, and our safety. We must recognize the potential for technology to be used against us and demand safeguards to protect our fundamental rights. In the face of these emerging threats, our existing legal frameworks often fall short. Laws like the Electronic Communications Privacy Act, enacted in 1986, were not designed for the complexities of the digital age. They struggle to keep pace with rapidly evolving technologies and often fail to provide adequate protection for our online data. The rapid pace of technological advancement often outstrips the ability of lawmakers to respond effectively. By the time a new law is passed, it may already be outdated, rendered ineffective by the latest innovations in surveillance technology. Furthermore, the interpretation and enforcement of existing laws can vary widely, leaving individuals vulnerable to exploitation. This legal ambiguity allows corporations and government agencies to operate in a grey area, collecting and using our data without meaningful oversight or accountability. The lack of comprehensive legal protections in the digital realm creates a climate of uncertainty and fear. It undermines trust in institutions and erodes the very foundations of a free and open society. We need updated laws, robust enforcement mechanisms, and a renewed commitment to protecting our fundamental rights in the digital age. Section 4. Abuse in the digital age, from stalking to psychological torture. Technology has provided new avenues for abuse, often leaving victims feeling isolated and powerless. Cyberstalking, online harassment, and revenge porn are just a few examples of how technology can be weaponized to inflict emotional distress, damage reputations, and control victims' lives. The anonymity of the internet can embolden abusers, allowing them to act with impunity and inflict harm without fear of consequences. Victims of online abuse often face significant challenges in seeking justice, as law enforcement agencies may lack the resources or expertise to effectively investigate and prosecute these crimes. The psychological impact of online abuse can be devastating. Victims may experience anxiety, depression, PTSD, and other mental health issues as a result of the constant harassment and fear. The pervasiveness of technology can make it feel impossible to escape the abuse, leading to feelings of helplessness and isolation. The emotional toll of technology-facilitated abuse should not be underestimated. We need to recognize the severity of these crimes, provide adequate support for victims, and hold perpetrators accountable for their actions. Section 5. Real lives, real violations, cases of technology-enabled abuse. The case of Montel Alexander Bowman, a man who claims to experience and perceive information through technology, alleging violations of numerous laws, highlights the potential for technology to be used for malicious purposes. While the veracity of his claims is yet to be determined, his case raises important questions about the ethical implications of advanced technology and the potential for abuse. Bowman alleges that technology is being used to monitor his thoughts, manipulate his emotions, and inflict psychological torture. He claims that this technology is capable of measuring and displaying the physiological reactions of millions of Americans to his experiences, raising concerns about mass surveillance and the erosion of privacy on an unprecedented scale. Another case involves the use of facial recognition software by law enforcement agencies, which has led to wrongful arrests and exacerbated racial profiling. In one instance, a man was wrongly arrested for a crime he did not commit based solely on a faulty facial recognition match. These cases demonstrate the real-world consequences of technology abuse and highlight the urgent need for greater oversight, accountability, and legal protections. The stories of individuals like Montel Bowman should serve as a wake-up call, urging us to address the ethical and legal challenges posed by rapidly advancing technologies.